And I was like, now you have to read this because the book is better than the movie. The movie's really good though. Hey everybody, I'm Catherine and I'm here today with a movie review. Okay, so I know I'm a little late coming to the game on this one, but I figured since I wanted to do a few movie reviews this month for sure, I wanted to make sure that they were ones that were also based on books. The Host came out a couple years ago, so it's definitely been out there for a while. It was or it is on Netflix. They might have taken it down, I'm not quite sure. But it has been playing quite a lot, I noticed, on the movie channels here in Canada. So I figure, you know what, it's a good time to do it because it's kind of re-emerging a little into society. So, yes. I first read the Host book around the same time that I was reading Twilight, and I loved it so much more than Twilight. Oh my god. So when they came out saying that they were doing a movie, I was really, really excited. To me, I thought the casting of the actors for the characters within the movie was superb. I loved the fact that Saoirse Ronan, I can never say her name correctly, although she has a very thick Irish accent, she pulled off the American accent beautifully. And all of the other characters that are supporting in the cast, I thought just fit the book characters to a T. I thought the acting was really well done. I thought that as amazing as the characters were for the roles that they were cast into, they really portrayed their characters amazingly well as well. I mean, you could have someone who was ideal casting as far as looks goes and their acting stinks. This was not the case I found in this movie. I loved everybody from the casting of Wanda and the character portrayal all the way to crotchety old Maggie and her portrayal. I thought it was really, really awesomely well done. The Host is about an alien invasion on Earth, just in case you haven't read the book or watched the movie yet. In the most basic of summaries, there are people who don't want the alien invasion, as peaceful as it is. This is not an Independence Day type movie. And so they kind of escape off the grid and they try not to be captured by the aliens who have taken over all the population of Earth, and they're really trying to find a way to fight back. So our main character in the movie, Wanda, is a girl who was a part of this resistance, but she got captured and got the alien Wanda placed into her. But Wanda, who is the alien, is inside Melanie, who is the person, and normally the person just kind of goes away. But in this case, Melanie is still very much inside Wanda's head. From this, Wanda is able to take Melanie back to her family and her boyfriend and her brother and her aunt and her uncle. But at the same time, she's being persecuted by one specific person within the authorities who later, when her storyline pans out, you find out why it's such a big deal. But anyway, that's just the first 10 minutes of the movie, basically. The entirety of the movie is based upon the relationships between Wanda and Melanie together and everyone around them, because Melanie doesn't want Wanda telling people that Melanie is still inside Wanda. So it's really seeing how people react to someone who physically is who they know they are, but internally they don't realize that although she's still there, it is someone else. It's a really interesting psychological storyline, I thought, in that way, where you see someone you've known your entire life and you see who they are, but internally they are someone else. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I don't think I'm doing this very well, but yes. It's interesting to see how people react to someone that they know when they're not someone that they know. Does that make sense? I love the relationships that Wanda was able to very easily make with some of the characters, and the relationships that it took longer for her to get. I love the romance, especially in this movie. Huge fan. And that really, I find, plays into not caring about who the person is on the outside, but who they are on the inside. I just thought it was a very nice message to have. So I definitely recommend this movie for people who are big fans of the book, although definitely go into it realizing that it's not going to be an exact book to movie. It is very similar. It is the same basic plot lines, but it has to be done differently in order to make it work on film. This is also just a really great movie for people who like science fiction, alien takeover type stuff, and romance, because the romance is pretty sweet. I thought it was adorable. But yeah, the whole alien thing is really great as well. However, it is also not the main focus of the movie. So even if you're not a fan of aliens, you might still want to give it a try because it's like secondary in a lot of cases. I feel like this movie had a lot of kind of like underlying themes of not judging someone by what they are as opposed to who they are. I thought that was a really nice, very sly kind of little thing that was slid in there that while you're watching, I mean, yeah, you definitely are rooting for the people to like her for who she is, not because she's just an alien. But then I find that it's something that you can definitely take with you after and try and relate in normal life to normal people. So it's a nice learning experience in that regard. In the end, while the book is a million times better, that's just because it is an amazing book. The movie is done phenomenally well, and I was not disappointed. It is a movie that I have rewatched time and time again, just like I've reread the book several times since it's come out. I find it's one that never gets old for me. I am always rooting for Melanie and Wanda and what's going to happen with them, even though I know how it ends. While I do suggest you read the book first, it's definitely not necessarily to watch the movie and enjoy it. Okay, so that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely go out and watch The Host and read the book because they're awesome, and don't judge it by Twilight, even though it's the same author, because they are not even on the same playing field at all. And until next time, guys, happy reading.